Hello, friends and fellow board gamers. Welcome back to another episode of Board Games with Rob. Now, today I'm going to be going over a game that has grown on me over the past couple of months. I was introduced to it about 2 or 3 months ago from a good friend and played it and was like, eh. Um, and then have played it more and more over the past couple of weeks, and it has really grown. And then I got introduced to the deluxe version and love it even more. And it's in a lineup from a local company here in the Kansas City area. I live in Olathe, Kansas, and this company is located in Lenexa. And that game is River Valley Glassworks from AllPlay. It's I mean, look at that cover. It's probably my currently my favorite game of theirs right now. And let's head over to Board Game Geek here and take a look at it. The average rating over there is a 7.2, so it's pretty high. That is with wow, over 2,000 ratings. So there's been a lot of votes on this. It's been out for quite a long time. It's a gorgeous game, and it's very easy to learn, very to pick up, very quick to pick up. I'm going to bring up a little map here to kind of go over some of it, and then I'll introduce you to a lot more of the components here in just a little bit. But the premise is simple. You're going to be playing one of, I think, 4 or 5 different creatures. This is one of them. This is the beaver. And you're going to be playing now the deluxe version. And this is maybe a topic in and of itself. Question to you, I'd love to hear in the comments, is does playing a deluxe version of a game increase your rating of it? Or is it strictly the gameplay alone? I would argue in this case, it brought my rating up quite a bit. And I don't know why. I don't know if it's truly the deluxe version that did it or if it's just getting more acclimated to it, playing it a little bit more, and really understanding the complexity of it and some of the decisions. Because there's not a lot you're going to do. You're going to actually be doing one of 3 different things. And one of those 3 things is, and here's the deluxe game bag that you have all these wonderful gems in. I'm putting some of them up there on the table. It's funny, the green obviously is going to fade into the green screen there, but they're really nice quality, gems to play out. So anyway, and if you look at the picture, you're going to see that it's going to come, the river is going to come seeded with a number of different crystals or gems. And all you're going to be doing is you're going to start, each player is going to start, and that's with their own little, and I think this is only comes in the deluxe copy as well. You're going to be starting with 3 gems on there yourself, and then you're going to take a gem off of that. And the unique thing about these guys is they're different shapes and different colors. All right. And so you're going to be taking a shape, one of the gems off of your board and placing it out here on right down here on the river. Now, again, with the deluxe copy, and this is going to be really hard to see on the green screen, so I'll just hold it up to the camera. The deluxe copy comes with these really clear acrylic tiles, whereas the regular retail version, which is really good quality in and of itself, they come with these thick cardboard tiles that you'll be placing the gems on. The deluxe copy also comes with a neoprene mat, which I'll show you, where you'll put those clear plastic acrylic trays on. So as you can see in the picture there, you'll be placing a gem, and if you look on each of these tiles has a different shape on it. Like this one has the heart, this one has the triangle, and what you'll be doing is placing the gem on the matching shaped tile. So for example, if I had the heart, if I wanted to place a heart, I would place it on the heart tile, and then I can draw all the gems from either of the 2 sides of this tile. So I could take the gems off the tile to the left or to the right of it and take them into and place them onto my board. And I'll talk a little bit about the board here in a second. And then what you'll do is you'll take this out of the lineup of the tiles and place it at the end of the river and then combine them. And so the river is actually changing the entire time. And what you're going to be doing is building a collection of those gems on your board. Now, let me move the board down. And so you've got, what is it, 1, 2, 3, 7 different columns and 5 different rows. And so when you place a gem, you're going to place it on the furthest most left space. And this is where colors are going to be important, because let's say that I picked up these 3 gems, and ironically they're all green. So I'll place them on the board here in a second. But let's say I placed these gems, I picked them up. You have to place them in the furthest most left column, and you stack them in the same color. So whereas in the river, it's the shape that matters, you're placing a particular gem on its shape tile. On your board, it's the color that matters. And then you're just going to be doing this over a number of rounds. When somebody draws and gets up to 17 points, and what's really unique about this one is you have, individual different player pawns, and they'll stand up. These are dual layered, and they're used to track the actual points that you have on the board. And once somebody gets up to 17 points, the game will end. And then you'll calculate your points based upon all the gems that you've collected on your tile. And you'll be scoring columns, and you'll be scoring rows. And the way that the rows will score is based upon the furthest gem in a particular row of a contiguous row. So on the bottom, you'd score the row for having all 4 gems up to this location here. And that would be 7 points. However, the second row, you have a spot here that's open, so you'd only score that row with the first 2 gems. So you're going to be scoring each row based upon the most filled the furthest filled column, and then you're going to be scoring your 2 highest columns. And if you notice, the columns get to be more higher scored points the further to the right they are. So you're wanting to get those filled columns off to the right, as to get the most points. And if you have 2 columns of the same size, height-wise, then you'll score the one that's the least amount of points to the left. And that's really it. It's a very short game. It's a very gorgeous game. Now, yes, I really enjoy this game. It was the complexity was a little confusing to me at first, which I know now that I've played it, it's like, man, why was I even confused about that? It was all in the scoring that it was confusing for me. But now that I've played it a couple, half dozen times, it makes complete sense. And I almost wish there was more complexity too. And guess what? There is. AllPlay has released a small expansion that introduces 6 different card packs to add to the complexity of the game. And so, for example, let me move these out of the way. I've got this Orders from Afar expansion, which the Orders from Afar, you'll have a special order. And with these, so there are, one of the things I didn't explain is there are more colors than there are available columns on your board. So at any time that you have more gems to place than you have colors, then you put it in this overflow area on your board. And for every gem that you have in that overflow area, you're going to get, right here, over there, you'll get negative points. So you've got to be strategic in the gems that you're picking up from the river tiles and not picking ones that you don't have room for. But therein lies, the dilemma, right? Because you might have some gems you're needing to fill out a column on a particular trade, but you got to take one of those gems that's going to give you -3 points. Well, this expansion will allow you to place some of those overflow gems onto these cards to get points for them rather than having to get the negative points. So that's kind of a neat expansion. There's and I might be stating that there's two that are very similar. Yeah, that's the one with the overflow. There's the flooded market, and this one will, based upon your shortest column, each one will have a particular color, and that one's green, so it's not showing up really good. There's some blue and some purple. And so if your shortest color or column is of this particular if your shortest column is of a particular color, then you will score 5 points. Otherwise, it's 2 points on your shortest column. So that's looking at your shortest column, not just your longest column. There are, equipment cards that give you special effects. There's special shapes that you can collect. There's that expansion. There's the lake diving expansion, where essentially what it's doing is giving everybody another player goal or ability while they're playing the game. So it adds another little bit of complexity to this game, which is already quite a bit of fun. So this, after I had really understood the way I was scoring, and especially with the expansion, this one rates up there at probably an 8 for me right now. Whereas when I first played it, it was probably a 6.5 or 7. I think that's just maybe because it was late in the evening and I only played it once or twice, and it was just a quick filler, and it was the base version of the game, which with AllPlay, when I say base versions, their base versions are really good quality. Typically nice wooden pieces. I mean, the artwork's always great with them. And I'll be posting a video on a giveaway that I've got going on with them, where I'm going to be comparing some of the differences between deluxe. So take a look at my channel. By the time you're reading this, the giveaway might be done, but it's a good opportunity to see some of their variety of different games that they have in stock right now. So anyway, that is River Valley Glassworks from AllPlay. And folks, I really appreciate you watching. And I've been really struggling with how to do an outro to a video, and worried about it. And you know what? I'm wishing everybody, until next time, happiness and fun at the table. Thanks for tuning in. Have a great day.